Alright, today I'm going to be showing you how to do the front brake pads and rotor replacement. The brakes are actually pretty good, so I'm just kind of doing this video as a demonstration. So I'm just doing this for Robert Blake, so I'm just kind of doing this as a shout out for you. So you get the procedure of how I do it. It's fairly simple. Don't let it scare you away. Obviously you're going to need some proper tools for it. But yeah, if this video is going to help you out, give it a thumbs up, like and share the video, and then hit that subscribe button for more upcoming videos in the future. And we're going to go ahead and start this video right after the intro. What we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to take off the lug nuts. I'm going to be using a 7/8 socket. Then jacking up points, I'm using the subframe, and then I have a jack stand right under to support that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take off these bolts. These are going to be 21 millimeters. So we're going to stick these right in there. So we're going to use a short 21 millimeter, and then I'm going to be using a 3-inch extension. This will fit right through there, perfect. Literally just right on the dot. Now, there's two ways you can do this. Now, you can either do this with an impact, or you can do this with a regular breaker bar. Now, if you're going to do it with the breaker bar, I would recommend you to put a screwdriver. Get like a decent size one. Put one through here, and then put another one on this end too. So you want to make sure you have two that are holding it in place, so you have more force on that part. So now once we got all the bolts off, basically this hub is ready to come off. So it's not that heavy, so just so you know, you're aware of it. Now try not to seat it on this surface, or I mean, you don't want to damage it. If it's rusted, get a wire brush and then clean that out. Alright, so next we're going to go ahead and take off this caliper. Basically it's going to be well, we're going to take off the bracket. I mean, you could take off the caliper itself, but I mean, if you're going to take off the caliper, you need to pop off these boots right there. But I normally don't pop them out from there. I just pop them off on the caliper bracket bolt, and then I do everything within the inside while it's off the vehicle. So we're going to go ahead and just take off these bolts. So 21 millimeter, so one on top and then one on bottom right there. And I'm going to be, I think I can get my impact gun in there, so if not, then we'll do it the other way. And then there's one 10 millimeter bolt that holds in this bracket. We're going to go ahead and take that off just so it makes it easier. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and take this guy off. Now be very cautious that you don't let this thing hang. We're going to go ahead and let this caliper hang right here on this piece, on the control arm itself. So we'll just pull that right back, so wiggle it back and forth. And then we'll just pull off our rotor. Should just come off fairly easy. Nothing will be holding it. So now we're going to go ahead and compress the caliper tool. Basically what you want to do is you just basically take off this guy right here. And you can get this tool from AutoZone. The part number would be 27111. It'll come in the whole kit. So basically you would slide this guy right in here. Make sure you have the soft pad, and then you'll just slide this guy right in there. Just like this. And then we'll just spin this so it gets pretty tight. And you just basically switch it over to the other side, and you'll keep working your way around. Once you're done doing that, you would take out the pad. I'd recommend changing out the hardware kit. The hardware kit's pretty easy to replace. So you just pull these guys out. And then for the new brake pads, you would basically lubricate the ends right here. Just lubricate the contacting points. And then set it back in place. Now remember, keep your wear on the bottom, because that's gonna be the one that's gonna be wearing out the fastest. And make sure it's fully seated in. So push it in all the way. Bring this guy, lift this piece up, and there you have it. Now for the hardware kit. Basically right here there's a little pin that kind of sticks out. You want to make sure that sits in. So for this little piece right here, so you want to make sure that this guy sits on the outer side. So same thing right here, you can see it right there, that one. Make sure that those nipples are sitting out and that there's nothing sitting right here. You want it to be flat as possible. So at this point we're ready to reverse the order. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put this guy back on. So there's a little notch right here. Make sure that it goes inside the hole. And now we're going to go ahead and put on our hub. Doesn't matter which way it goes. So you're perfectly fine on that department. Now as for the nuts, just remember the shiny side, just have it going towards the hub itself. So make sure that's the clamping point, and then this is the open end, so the one that's dirty. Not that it matters, but still I like to keep all that stuff the same. We tighten down the bolts. We're going to kind of go on like an opposite end. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's how we're going to tighten the bolts. So after you're done tightening those bolts, you want to go over the first two that you tighten over. So this is the first two, so just in case if there's any gap. So you tighten those again. And then we're just going to go ahead and put back on the wheel. And then we're going to tighten the wheel in the same sequence that we did as this. So what you're going to go ahead and do, you're going to start the vehicle, make sure it's running, and then you're going to keep pumping up the brakes until it gets very hard. Now after you're done doing that procedure, obviously go ahead and do your braking procedure. And then if this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you have any questions on this job, or if anything for the rear brakes. I do have a video on the rear brakes of how to do that, so that'll help you out. And then share the video for other people so that they're aware of this, so you guys can save thousands of dollars on these type of jobs for these type of trucks. And then subscribe for more upcoming videos for this type of work. And thanks for watching.